What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be going over the power of affirmations, how to boost your self-confidence, how to make you feel really good about yourself, some exercises, some mind hacks to get you there. For those of you, if it's your first time, I welcome you. For those of you, if you're back, welcome back. My name is Joe. I'm an entrepreneur, investor, business, life, and relationship coach. So let's dive right into it. First thing we want to go over, guys, is what is affirmations. I'm sure you've heard of them before. First time I heard of them, I didn't know what they were either. I didn't know how to implement them. I didn't know how to use them. Affirmations are just basically the language of you affirming a belief or something that you want to implement about yourself. You're affirming something to yourself. You're affirming a truth, right? So we're going to get into some exercises throughout the video. But first, before we get into the actual exercises, a few things we need to address first. First thing starts with your beliefs. When it comes to self-confidence, guys, it's always starting within. So it's always about how you actually feel about yourself and what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself you're stupid, you're going to feel stupid. If you tell yourself that you're not worth it or you're not good enough, you're going to feel that way. So what we do is we really want to change the mindset. We want to change the way we genuinely feel about ourselves. And what you tell yourself on a regular basis becomes a reality, even if it's not true. Maybe you think you're stupid and you're actually brilliant. Maybe you think you're ugly and you're actually beautiful. But you're telling yourself you're ugly. Maybe people have told you in the past. Maybe it's some childhood traumas. We're not going to get into those today. We're going to get into how you can shift that mindset and the way you look at yourself, get yourself some self-confidence. What you tell yourself comes from your beliefs. What you tell yourself consciously and subconsciously every single day becomes your reality. It becomes your identity. So what we want to do is shift that. Have you ever heard the term that if somebody tells a lie or a story for long enough, they start to genuinely believe it? Why? Because they've been saying the same story over and over again to themselves and other people that at this point in their life, they actually do genuinely believe it. So affirmations will work the same way. And it's crazy because if you do tell your mind something enough times, you will believe it. It'll become an identity. You'll feel it within and it'll become you. You won't only be saying it, but you'll be walking it. So before we get into the process of affirmations and how to make them a reality, we have to start with gratitude. We got to get your mind into the right spot. Because if your mind isn't in the right spot, it's not going to be open to taking things in, and the exercise is not going to have the same effect. So we want to start with gratitude. Gratitude is huge. For those of you that don't know what gratitude is, it's just basically taking some time to self-reflect on your life and what's good about it. What could you be grateful for? I'm sure there's some things, if not plenty of things, that if you really thought about it, you're a lot more fortunate than others that you have. Some of them, maybe you have a beautiful family, maybe you have a great marriage, maybe you have the benefit of being in really great shape and you have some good genetics, maybe you've came into some money, maybe you're very, very smart and have a great career. Everyone's got their own talents. So what we want to do is start, and this should be a daily exercise for those of you that are starting fresh. I suggest that you do it daily, if not a few times a week at minimum. When you wake up in the morning, start your day off right. Write 3 to 5 things down that you're really grateful for. Doesn't have to be long, just a few words. Why are you grateful for it? What happens now is it's going to start your day off with gratitude. You're going to have a different attitude towards the day. Instead of getting out of bed and being resentful towards the world, now you're grateful for the world. Because these things that you realize that you're grateful for have just triggered something emotionally that's making you feel positive. It's getting your endorphins going. Now you feel good about the world. Now we can be productive. So once you've done your gratitude, the exercise that we're going to get into is called Incantations. And I learned this one back in Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins about 4 years ago, and changed my life. Changed a lot of my clients' lives and other people that I've spoken to too. Seems a little corny, but just bear with me because I promise you it works. You could do this by yourself. You could do it in the shower. You can go for a walk. I used to go for a walk. People thought I was talking to myself sometimes, but I used to go late. I didn't really care. Who cares? Shower. You'll sing in the shower anyway. I don't do it, but a lot of you do. People probably think you're crazy if you've got any neighbors anyway. So let's just get at it, right? But what are incantations? So what I want you to do is list 3 or 4 identities that you want to associate yourself with. Just for an example, I am beautiful. Doesn't have to be crazy, just simple. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am secure, right? You can even go as crazy as just saying like, I am the man. For those of you, if you want to feel like the man, I am confident, I am secure, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am good looking, I am worth it, I deserve respect. Whatever really is important to you that you feel like you're struggling with your self-confidence, write those down. These are the ones that you want completely flipped. If you feel ugly, but you know you're not ugly, put one of them, I am beautiful. Now, what I want you to do is for the next 7 to 10 days, I want you to go on a walk or take some time out, and I want you to repeat these 4 incantations back to back 100 times. I know you're looking at the computer like, what did you just fucking say to me? I get it. Seems a little excessive, but I promise you, psychologically proven to work through studies, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, we all know that when we went back to the last reference and said that if you tell a lie enough times because you're so used to trying to get people to believe you, you tell the lie over and over and over to everyone you could find. For those people that you know that have done that, they'll tell it to everyone and everything just because they feel so bad about the truth. But what happens is if they tell thousands of times, they believe it. Now they believe it. It's no longer a lie to them anymore. Why? Because they've repeated the same incantation and the same identity and the same scenario to themselves so many times, it's now become a part of their identity. So we're going to do the same thing with these incantations. You're going to repeat them 1 through 3, 1 through 4, or 1 through 5. Memorize them. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, over, 1, 2, 3, over. Doesn't have to be 100 times. You don't got a lot of time. I suggest that you go maybe on a nice walk, put some music in. You don't have to be screaming it, although the energy is good because the more volume you have and the more intensity you have, the more it's going to strike you emotionally and really get deeper into your soul. Go for a walk, put some inspirational music on, something you like. You don't have to worry about embarrassing yourself, and just repeat it over and over and over again. And get a little emotional. Make a move, something that really inspires you while you say it. And what you're going to notice is you're going to start to feel more confident about yourself. And these realities are going to become part of you. And you're going to start to notice that now you went from always looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I don't like the way I look, oh, I'm kind of ugly, I wish I was better looking. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to see a different person because you've shifted your identity. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you put yourself in the mirror and before you get there, you're already looking for that part of you that's wrong with you. Maybe it's a birthmark, maybe it's a little weight in one spot, and that dictates your entire impression of the way you look about yourself, right? You're going to shift that. If you go subconsciously in your mind and in your identity that you're beautiful, you're going to go up to the mirror and you're going to see a beautiful person. So believe it or not, these things have been proven to work. So I want you guys to go out there and give it a shot. I know it's worked for me. It's worked for a bunch of clients of mine. If you have any questions or you want me to elaborate any more one-on-one through email, comments, feel free to drop it below. I do appreciate you guys for joining me for another video. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions for another video, always feel free to drop it below or reach out directly to me. If not, check you guys on the next video.